What is up, everyone? I hope you're well. I'm a little bit puffy today, a little bit bloody histamine and not too good for some reason. Slept like shit last night, just kept waking up. I just got excited to speak to you guys today, to be perfectly honest, because it has been a couple of days. I haven't spoken to you since Friday, and I missed you. But yeah, so other than that, life's pretty good. We had the comp over the weekend, and unfortunately, well, we got Lisa, who nailed it. She got third in figure masters, looks absolutely wicked. And then my other boys, Tatey, Mick, and Andy, they got places. I thought it was a little bit dubious. I thought, oh geez, maybe they could have got places, but they didn't. But such is life. And here we are now. We've already got Aiden online. How are you, big fella? Good to have you here. Who else we got? Everyone say hello. Let me know where you're from. I want to hear from you. So we can do the next JCF meeting out your way. Harold, welcome, brother. Good to have you on here. So yeah, today's gonna be a really cool one. Really cool one because, well, fuck, nobody talks about supplements in like an actually intelligent way. So hopefully I'm gonna be able to do that today. Braden just asked, where am I based? Looking into new coaches, mate. I'm online, so my team and I work online. So we coach people everywhere. Geez, we've got a bloke from Iceland at the moment, which is pretty wicked. Corey Parker, how are you, mate? Good to have you all the way in from Perth. Tristan McDermott, how are you, brother? Ravio's just asked, what supplements should we use to bulk up a little bit? Mate, I will cover that as well. I'll add that onto the to-do list of conversations today. But the thing is, mate, the thing is everyone's looking for a fucking supplement to bulk up, okay? It's not about, like, well, actually no, if you're supplementing testosterone, that will make you bulk up. If you're trying to supplement some bloody mass gainer or some shit like that, well, yeah, it's going to help you get fat, and it is going to help you put on mass, but like to actually just get bigger, fucking, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Worry about your diet and your training. That's the big thing. Everyone loves fucking supplements these days. Everybody just wants a supplement. They want to take a pill, which is magically going to alter, you know, their whole biochemistry, the laws of thermodynamics, and all that sort of stuff. It does exist, and that pill is called Dianabol. But if you're not taking that pill, which I probably wouldn't recommend you do, okay, you're not going to get one from your supplement store. All right, plain and simple, easy as that. Okay? It's not about supplementation. People think that supplementation is like the core. You know, that supplementation's the bloody, you know, that's what you need. That's why I'm not bigger. You know, you're looking on Instagram and some bloke's really shredded and he's flexing there and he's got his stupid, shitty little network marketing supplement right next to him and he's got a discount code for it and he says, this is what I take to get big. And you know, and then you meet that bloke and you know him or you know his bloody dealer and you find out he's running a shitload of steroids, okay? It is not that little shitty network marketed supplement, which is, you know, bloody snake oil, is not the reason why that guy's big. Girls, same thing. When you see that woman, that chick with the, you know, fantastic booty on Instagram doing all these little shitty one-legged kicks and things like that, and then she's also got a tits next to a, you know, a pre-workout or a BCAA mix or something like that. That's not the reason why she looks like she does. Okay, she looks like she does because A, she's got fantastic genetics. B, she's been training for a very, very long time. C, she eats 2 parts of fuck all. Okay, and D, well, you know, perhaps she takes drugs or something else. Not all of them do. Not all of them do. Know some girls with wicked rigs wicked rigs who don't take drugs. But I know a fuckload of girls with really wicked rigs who do take a lot of drugs. Right. So yes, that's the honest, hard truth, and it's really disappointing, isn't it? It really is disappointing, but you know what can you do. I was speaking with a bloke the other day who said that he knows girls in his gym who will have higher testosterone levels than me. Alright, higher testosterone levels, and it's next level. But anyway, who else we got online now? I've got big Azzy. How are you, big fella? Good to have you on here, Aaron. Danny Keane, how are you, mate? Big Lukey Hagley, Justin Hughes, T just said, don't get me wrong, great body and probably very dedicated, but you have to be careful not to give medical advice or have an opinion on why this person is putting on weight, etc., because of medical underlying reasons, etc. I'm just saying, and please don't take it the wrong way. I don't know what you said. Sorry, bro, but that was very nice of you anyway. I appreciate your concern. Ricky Snell, how are you, legend? Alright, let's get cracking on into it. Guys, throughout this whole time, this whole chat, this whole yarn, everything, first of all, tell me where you're from so I can get an understanding of where everyone is so we can do some more JCF meetups with the crew. And then on top of that too, if you want me to talk about anything, let me know. Tonight we're going to be kicking off and talking about, you know, the best supplements for fat loss, pumps, recovery. Oh, fucking digestion should be on there too. But yeah, digestion as well. So if you want me to cover anything else on top of that, just let me know. I'll also be going through the Shred community and answering any questions that the guys have got there. Okay, Matty Lynette's just suggested we do an Arnold's meetup. And I'm like, yes, we are doing an Arnold's meetup. I've just got to launch the event for it. It is going to be on the Saturday of the Classic. So you've got the Friday is the first day where my girls are on, so obviously I can't do that. And then I've got the Saturday where nothing's on, and then the Sunday where my boys are on. So the Saturday is going to be the day we're going to do a meetup. Might do a feed somewhere. I'm going to eat stupid amounts of food, and you guys on your little calories, on your lower amounts of calories, can watch me as I just eat everything and then slowly turn grumpy because I've got to eat so much while you're actually enjoying your meal like a normal person. But anyway, rightio, let's get into it. Let us hit it off. Okay, number one, fat loss. Okay, the best supplements for fat loss. Well, the best supplement ever for fat loss is fucking good diet. That's literally it. I'm sorry to break it to you guys. I'll tell you what I use whenever I diet, alright? The number one thing that is always constant when I diet is I always, like when I'm looking to get leaner, I always watch my diet, alright? Number one thing, okay? So before we even go into fucking supplements, understand that taking bloody supplements isn't just magically going to make everything better, alright? It's not just going to magically make shit happen. You need to be watching your diet too. If you are taking all the supplements in the world and you're eating like a fat shit, you're out at Macca's, you're having kebabs every night, you're getting on the fucking cans every single, 3 nights a week, then you're probably not going to lose fat, alright? It's just not going to happen. Tommy Arnott, welcome on here, mate. Good to see ya. Yeah, so the next thing is, after that, now we've had that little rant going, okay? You've looked after nutrition and you're looking after your training, you are training every single day. The next best thing for fat loss is going to be berberine. The reason why I recommend berberine is because, well, number one, it is really, really highly effective at improving insulin sensitivity, and it does this through improving the gut microbiome. So it optimizes the gut microbiome so that you tolerate carbs much better and you store the energy preferably in your muscle cells as opposed to going through the liver and into fat cells, okay? So berberine, numero uno. That is a really, really good one. Excuse me. In fact, berberines are fantastic for a whole heap of things because it actually improves your microbiome, not just for increasing your insulin sensitivity, but also at the same time, what it does is it actually gets rid of any of the naughty bugs in your digestive system. So every now and then, when things go wrong, you get excessively stressed, you throw out of balance like those 5 stresses, okay? Shit goes wrong in your digestive system, you get bugs in there which you shouldn't get. When you chuck in berberine, it actually is an inhibitor or like a killer of those bugs, and it reduces all the bad ones, which is really, really cool, okay? So berberine is absolutely mint for that, absolutely mint for that. The next one which I'm going to suggest, this is really weird by the way, nobody talks about this unfortunately. The next one I'm going to suggest is theocrine. Alright, now for those of you who know what theocrine is, you'll be like, James, why are you saying that? Okay, for those of you who don't know what theocrine is a cognitive enhancing drug. So it actually, supplement, it actually makes your brain function much, much better. It's like caffeine, but it isn't what's called adrenergic, so it doesn't have the release of adrenaline. It has it increases dopamine and it reduces the amount of adenosine on the brain. So this means that you will be able to work out harder for longer, therefore improving your fat loss. So with fat loss, guys, you've got to understand that unless you're fucking taking clenbuterol, DMP, T3, those sorts of drugs, or fucking steroids and all that sort of stuff, taking an actual supplement isn't really going to do much. That's why you've got to think outside the box and think, well, how can I cause my body to burn more energy via improved performance? And theocrine's going to be your number one there. It's absolutely fantastic for it. Absolutely fantastic. In the same line of thought, BCAAs and EAAs are also great for that because they prolong your ability to perform when you're lifting at a very, very high level. When you do that, okay, when you perform better, you perform longer, you perform harder, you then burn more calories, you then stimulate more muscle protein synthesis, which allows you to burn much, much more energy. Now, particularly when you're lifting weights, okay, you want to be maximally just burning your muscles out. You want to burn the bastards straight out, okay? When you are stimulating more damage or causing more damage, which stimulates more recovery, you burn a shitload of energy doing that, an absolute shitload, okay? And it's constantly going. And so by taking Viagra, you can stimulate more damage, which turns into more recovery, which turns into more energy burns, okay? And that also preferentially directs your calories towards muscles as opposed to be stored in fat, all right? Now the next one, digestion. This is the big one for everybody. Everyone wants to talk about digestion and the best supplements for it. I get asked this every single week. I'm probably one of the very few coaches out there who actually advertises digestions because, you know, I like to think I'm one of the few coaches with an actual brain out there. And yeah, so with digestion, that's a massive one because, well, first of all, let me just use this disclaimer here. When you're looking at digestion, it is very much individualized, like everything else. So I can't just say, all right, go on, take some digestive enzymes and your gut's going to get better, because that never ever happens. Like literally never ever happens. I have not met one person who's all their gut issues have just been solved instantly, you know, by taking some fucking digestive enzymes. It doesn't do anything, like in the grand scheme of things. It needs to be utilized with multiple things. You see, with digestion, there are multiple different aspects which affect it, okay? So you've got stress, which affects it. You've got stomach acid production. You've got the pancreatic function. You know, all these sorts of things. You've got your microbiome, how that's working. Have you lifted recently? How your neurotransmitters looking? All those sorts of things which go in and play into affect it, okay? So these supplements, they're not going to be the end all, the be all and end all for you, but these are going to help you. Definitely, there's no doubt about it. And the biggest one which I see is massively needed all the time, like literally in every single person, is a bit of betaine HCl or apple cider vinegar. Those two things are absolutely insane. Now what these do is they increase your hydrochloric acid content in your stomach. It means it makes your stomach produce more acid, alright? And this allows it to burn down more food. So break it down the food and make it into a smaller surface area so that when it goes into the intestines, it is absorbed more easily and it isn't fermented by the bugs in there, alright? That is the big one. I'm a massive fan of it, and every single one of my plans I'll always have either betaine HCl or apple cider vinegar. They are one of the last supplements which I'll ever take out of somebody's plan, okay? The next one is anything that makes you sleep well. Guys, we regularly just don't sleep well. I mean, look at my fucking face right now. I'm puffy as anything because I had a shit night's sleep last night. I sprained my ankle the other day playing basketball and I was like throbbing all bloody night. It kept me up. So I'm more puffy and today from that. And as a result of that, you know, my gut function has just suffered today. It just happens like that. It'll be better tomorrow, but it's down today. So if you don't sleep well, your gut inevitably goes to shit. It stops working as well, straight away. So if you supplement with anything that makes you sleep well, boom, you're going to be much better. Now, phenibut obviously is banned thanks to the fuckwits in our country who we put our stupid tax dollars to. Alright, so phenibut's been banned thanks to those bunch of incompetent muppets. But anything like, you know, GABA, 5-HTP, inositol, anything in your sleep mixes, those sorts of things are going to be really good for your digestion because it's going to let you sleep better, lets your microbiome recover. When you're asleep, that is when your microbiome is churning over. Well, your microbiome's churning over all the time, but it's when your intestinal lining is settled, it's healing, and it's getting better. Alright? At the same time, when you're well rested, you are much more relaxed. You have much lower levels of adrenaline and cortisol. This allows everything to heal. This allows blood flow to go into the digestive system and start fixing it up. When you have more blood flow in the digestive system, you inevitably have a much better digestive function. Right? 10 times out of 10, improved blood flow to the gut, then you will be able to improve gut health, literally, straight away. When I work with my people who've got IBS and issues like that, when all the doctors have forsaken them, this is what I do. I get blood flow straight into the intestine. That's the first thing that I do. Now, the next thing that you can do, which is really effective, is using dopaminergic supplements such as tyrosine, all right, or even aniracetam. Well, you can't get aniracetam anymore, thankfully. Once again, thanks to the useless muppets and the spuds at the TGA. But yeah, dopaminergic supplements like tyrosine or aniracetam are absolutely phenomenal for improving your digestive health. Because what happens is this dopamine, it stimulates the first bit of cleaning in the stomach. So what you have, when you eat food all the time, okay, you got to move it through. You got to move it through, otherwise it just gets stuck there. And what happens is, after about 30 to 90 minutes of not eating, your body begins sweeping out. It literally sweeps out from the stomach all the way through the small intestine, then into the large intestine. It just sweeps the food all the way through. What this does, it prevents bacteria from growing in the wrong places, right? And it allows you to digest everything properly and get rid of it on the other side. And so this is called the migrating motor complex. And what it is started by is actually started by dopamine. So if you have lower levels of dopamine, you won't be able to start and initiate this migrating motor complex. However, if you have optimal levels of it, it's going to go along all fine and dandy. You're going to feel great, all right? Absolutely fantastic. So taking some dopaminergic subs like tyrosine, all right, that's going to massively help your digestion, all right? Guys, you got any questions on that? Ask them away now before I go to the next one, and then I'm going to start answering a few of these questions which are in here. Ravio's just said, I'm from Sydney, so protein is good for workout. Yes, Ravio, protein is fantastic for a workout. Absolutely fantastic for a workout. You need protein, my man. Callan's just said, keto diet, brother. Mate, keto diets are good, really good for your health, but for performance, I'm a little bit iffy. I mean, I function really well on a keto diet and really well on high fat. It doesn't really bother my performance whatsoever. But yeah, man, they're good things in using the right way. Summers, how are ya? Matty Lynette is going to be getting himself a JCF singlet. I'm excited. By the way, guys, if you want JCF singlets, we're going to start bringing some out. So we've got the first line we've just done, so the pre-order's over for that. And then we're going to do more and more. So we're going to be doing shitloads of these things. And we're going to get some really wicked ones. So I've currently got a t-shirt which I really fucking like, which makes you look jacked as fuck. And I'm pretty much going to copy that. And get you guys some of those bad boys. So if you want any JCF merch, keep your eyes out, or actually shoot us a message or an inbox, and I'll get you on the list for merch for when we're releasing our next line. Dan Shane, how are you, Rick? Dan's just asked, is cardio long session good, or mix it with resistance training? You're going to have to get that a little bit more specific, bro. Is cardio long session good, or mix it with resistance training? Like, cardio alone? Well, mate, you always want to fucking do weights, okay? Weights should literally always be the staple of your workout. It should be the backbone of your workout. That's it, okay? So yeah, mate, that's what you want to do with your cardio around that. Yeah, cardio is going to be great. Doing a little bit of bits and pieces. Where you go wrong is where you have literally your focus on cardio and then very little weights on the back end. Big Brady Morris, how are you, Big Rick? Kieran Hartman, good to have you here. Krishan has just said, so handsome, so cute. X with the kissy face. Krishan, thank you very much. You boost my ego every time you come on here. It doesn't even creep me out anymore. I actually kind of like it, so thank you. Big Anthony, how are ya? Tibbets, good to have you here, mate. Benny Michael. Paulie Curry said, what's with the jumper bud? Mate, it's fucking cold here. It's like 20-something degrees in Sydney. I'm struggling hard. I am not built for anything less than about 28 degrees or so. It's just struggle street. But it's a pretty wicked jumper. This is from that Do You Even company, the one that, the clothing company I'm with. They're actually pretty legit. I don't even have to sell my ass for these guys and I still like it. So that's when you know it's a good hoodie. But anyway, if you've got any more questions, legends, shoot them on through. The next one, which we're going to go over, pumps, okay? When you want to increase your pumps in the gym, you don't want to go with those traditional bullshit pre-workouts. Why? Because all the bullshit pre-workouts have got fucking caffeine in them. You know what caffeine does? It stops blood flow to the muscle, alright? It does what's called vasoconstriction. When you undergo vasoconstriction, you constrict your blood vessels. Constricted blood vessels, less pump, alright? Why you would ever take caffeine pre-workout if you're looking to get a bigger pump is beyond me. Is absolutely beyond me. In fact, the only good mainstream pre-workout supplements I've ever used or ever had was number one, or there were two. There was this Milos Sarcev brand, which was, like stimulant free. And then the other one was the Honey Rambod's Evogen brand, okay? That one's also wicked. It's wicked because it had no stimulants in it, and then he brought out Evogen Plus, what's it called? Cell Camp Plus or whatever the fuck it is. But anyway, off that. Bullshit. Mainstream subs. Bullshit. Fucking Oxy Shred and all that shit. Bullshit. It's crap. Don't use it. Don't bother. C4. Crap. Alright? Don't bother. People love C4 because it gives them fucking tingles and makes them speedy off their mind. I'm like, well, yeah, okay, great. You've just jacked yourself up with beta-alanine and caffeine, but what else have you done for your actual, movement of blood? Because that's what you want. What you want to do, guys, is when you're trying to get more pump, you need more blood. You need more area for the blood to flow through. You want to expand out your arteries and your veins. That is how more your arteries. You want, arteries and veins, whatever. Brain's not working today. So that's what you want to do, is expand it out. The number one way to do this, the number one way to increase cellular volume is by increasing your salt intake. Smash the salt, okay? All day, every single day. That is the best pump supplement you can get. Have you ever had a big dirty cheat meal and gone and trained the next day? And you're like, whoa, these pumps are thick, bro. And after you've done that, in that voice as well, you think about, oh shit, why did I get such big pumps today? Because of your cheat meal last night. You know what you had in that? You had fat, you had carbs, you had salt, okay? If you have those three things, you're going to get wicked pumps every single time. Now, if you're watching your calories and your dieting and whatnot, obviously you can't have all the carbs and all the fats that you normally would in a cheat meal. But if you pump the salt, then you're pretty much going to get the same effect. By increasing your insulin and increasing your sodium intake, your sodium and potassium intake, you will get wicked pumps. So one of the things recently that I've noticed which is really funny is that Sabedo Supplements Amino Supreme, right? The one that I worked with Big Sean from Sabedo on in designing. That stuff's got 2 grams of electrolytes per serve, okay? 2 grams of electrolytes per serve. And everyone's coming to me, James, why are we getting such big pumps? Like, why are we getting pumps on this? It's fucking aminos. Like, they don't give you pumps. I'm like, dude, that's because the only thing that really you need in order to get bigger pumps is a few more electrolytes. You get more electrolytes in, the cell swells up because you've got more water going in due to osmolarity and the maintenance of osmolarity, and that is why you will get, much bigger pumps, okay? It's absolutely fucking phenomenal. Tyrone Manthys just said sodium really is underrated. Fucking oath, sodium's underrated. Sodium's fantastic. You know what's even more underrated than sodium? Alright? Potassium, calcium, magnesium. They're even less rated than sodium, and they are very, very effective. So we get enough sodium in our diet normally, okay? But when you pump this stuff in pre-workout and add in some potassium with it, mwah, absolutely mind-blowing pumps. Absolutely fantastic. The next one on top of that is red beet powder. Red beet powder is wicked. Absolutely wicked stuff. Why is it so wicked? Because it actually massively dilates the arteries, the blood vessels, okay? So it lets them expand out and you get wicked pumps from it. Red beet powder contains a massive amount of antioxidants and a massive amount of nitrates. Why it's important to have antioxidants in there at the same time is because nitrates or nitric oxides are what's called a free radical. And they're showing right now, there was a study I read, I can't remember when it was a while back now. There's a study I read going on about how these excessive amounts of nitrates are potentially dangerous. Like creatine nitrate just recently, which is it's a supplement that a lot of people have taken over the years and was advertised as being something really good for pumps. They've actually shown that it may actually increase the risk of cancer due to the free radical content. So by taking the antioxidants in the red beet powder with the nitrates at the same time and then naturally occurring, it is meant to theoretically reduce your risk of any negative side effects of it, okay? So red beet powder is the next one there. Now, number 3, this is my favourite one ever, alright, Viagra. Sildenafil or tadalafil, whatever the fuck you want to use, okay? Viagra is wicked for guys and for girls, and I'll tell you why. When you take Viagra or anything, Viagra, Camagra, Cialis, anything like that, wicked, absolutely wicked pumps because, well, they allow much more blood flow. Not just to the genital region, but actually to everywhere else as well. It's fantastic. You will get the biggest pumps of your life when you're taking that stuff, alright? And on top of this, as an added bonus, it is actually shown to reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease too, alright? On top of that as well, You can pump your weight sessions, pump your cardio, then pump your misses at the end. It's absolutely fantastic. And as you know, I encourage all my guys to have more sex. So what is more perfect to stimulate and encourage sex than taking Viagra pre-workout? Okay, it's really good stuff for guys and for girls as well. Okay, so the girls who are watching right now, Viagra is absolutely wicked for you too. Now, as far as taking it long term, I probably wouldn't take it long term. They've shown there have been some risk factors in there. They suggested one was associated with throat cancer. Now, it's not strongly associated with throat cancer. It's not like you take it once and, oh no, I can feel it fucking growing. Right? It doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that, but there is a risk with it. So it could just be the people who are using it are more susceptible to throat cancer, but there is a little bit of a thing which says that, yeah, now taking Viagra, there's some sort of mild connection between the two. So I wouldn't recommend taking it all day, every day, like pumping 5 milligrams of Viagra every day pre-workout. But, you know, every now and then taking a little bit is absolutely wicked. It really helps. Daddy Keynes just said, potassium nitrate from iForce is great. Mate, potassium nitrate will be great because it's got both nitrates and potassium in it. Absolutely fantastic, mate. Can't beat that. Dan's also asked, blood flow restriction for solid pumps. By the way, how often would you use that technique, and is it only useful in a lean bulk rather than dropping body fat? I actually don't ever recommend blood flow restriction anymore. Sometimes when I'm doing carbs, or when I've got people doing carbs and I know they can't contract their carbs, it's great. But I don't actually recommend it for muscle gain. It is not good for muscle gain. For rehab, injury rehab, yeah, for sure. In fact, Broderick, in that interview that I put up the other day, he was going on about how it's really good for rehab, in conjunction with a fuckload of drugs and all those sorts of things, of course, because Broderick loves talking about drugs. But rehab is really good. So yeah, more blood flow restriction for rehab, great. For muscle gain, nah, not really. The reason why you get fucking pumps from blood flow restriction is because the blood's in there. The blood comes in, that can't get out, alright? Not really the best way to be. In the end of the day, it's not really what you want to do. I've never seen anyone get significant results on them. Once again, for rehab or for if you just want to learn how to contract an area better, 100%. Okay? Now, Big Zach Elvis has just asked, hi James, why is my left arm growing faster than my right arm? That's a really good question, alright? Fantastic question, Big Zach. Okay, the reason why your left arm will be growing faster than your right is because you will be contracting better with your left arm, okay? So you just need to learn how to contract each arm equally, okay? If you use your left arm for more stuff, it will grow faster. If you're right-handed, you will grow faster on your right side. That's it. That's literally what it's going to be. You just utilize the left side better than what you do on the right. Okay? Dan's just said, yeah, I do have issues with carbs. And then Dan, get onto a bit of occlusion training or blood flow restriction training. Whack some on around your calf, and then it'll actually allow you to contract much better. You get you get bigger pumps. You learn how to contract it better. But at the same time, you've got to be careful. I wouldn't do it all the time either. I would not recommend doing it all the time. Okay? Next question, next topic is on recovery. BCAAs and EAAs are by far the best things ever for recovery. And you know what else? What my number 2 is electrolytes, okay? BCAAs, EAAs, electrolytes. That's why I've got them in that Subido supplement, Amino Supreme, okay? When you take BCAAs and EAAs, you fucking recover much better, hands down 10 times out of 10, alright? Your DOMs are less, your performance in your training is much better, and your repeat performance in the next workout is better again. When you have your electrolytes, same thing. Very much the same thing. So you get in your salt, you get in your potassium, calcium, magnesium, all those sorts of things, okay? Absolutely wicked. Why? Because when you get the increased water in there, you get increased blood flow. When you have more blood flow, you have more recovery, okay? That is how it works. You also don't cramp as much. You're not as stiff or as sore the next day. So BCAAs, EAAs, and electrolytes are the best ways to recover much better. The next one here is 5-HTP. I use 5-HTP as a standard in my my nutrition programs. My whole team do it, except for those who are on SSRIs or MAO inhibitors. Obviously, because you can't take stuff that increases your serotonin. But taking that post-workout up from 100 to 1,000 milligrams post-workout, fucking wicked. All right, really good stuff. Really good stuff. Makes you recover so much better. You don't get overtraining. You don't get symptoms of being tired, lethargic, all those sorts of things. absolutely amazing. Plus, it improves your digestion. So if we think about this logically, guys, if you want to improve how well you recover, what do you want? You want more nutrients in your body. You want more amino acids, glucose, lipids, the whole lot. You want more of those floating around your body. What's the best way to do that and ensure that you get the most amount out of it possible? Fix your gut. So if you take 5-HTP and you improve your digestion, you'll therefore improve your recovery. Not only by allowing the 5-HTP to chill you out and relax you, but also by allowing your digestive system to bring in more quality calories and promote less inflammation. Okay? Therefore you heal everything out. So it's not about being linear, guys. It's about thinking about outside the box too, which is where so many fucking idiots in this industry get it wrong, because there are a lot of fucking idiots in this industry. The next one is magnesium. Magnesium is absolutely mint, alright? The best supplement. In fact, magnesium is the supplement which I will say everyone should take hands down. Even if you don't want to take supplements, take magnesium. It will never do you harm. It will never do you wrong. It will only do right by you. It will chill you out. It will allow you to sleep better, allow you to recover better, okay? Everything is better with magnesium. Shit, it can even improve your memory and your ability to think. Magnesium is absolutely amazing. I pump grams of the stuff every single day, like grams and grams of magnesium. I would take magnesium to the vein every single day in a bag if I could get drips just on tap like that. Alright, magnesium is that good. It is the best. You can take it in tablet form, powder form, spray form, anything like that. In fact, the spraying form is really, really good. When you have an area which is cramping up, or you've got a tight gut or something like that, and you want to improve it, bang, 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 spray a little magnesium on the area, apply it in, rub it in, and it will release that area very, very quickly. It massively improves, your rate of recovery on that. Right? Magnesium's lit. Fuck, my ex got me onto this little magnesium spray. Wicked stuff. One of the best things you ever did. Good girl, that woman. But anyway, Michael's just asked, what is the best supplement for the beginners? I'm taking creatine every time I'm going to the gym. Mate, for beginners, it doesn't fucking matter, mate. You just need to eat more, lift harder. That is simply it. Creatine will be good. The reason why is because creatine makes your muscles store more water in there, which improves the amount of mass that's going on around there. So yes, creatine is going to be fantastic for you. I'd be more concerned, brother, with doing stuff to optimize your life, like improving your rest, improving your digestion, those sorts of things. Yeah, that's probably it. Azar has just asked thoughts on dandelion tea. Like the herbal tea. Dandelion tea is great. It tastes delicious. I love the stuff. It's a diuretic, so it'll actually increase the excretion of water. Long term, you need to be careful with it, because I know dandelion root leaf extract can actually cause kidney irritations. So dandelion root leaf extract is it's like a very, very potent diuretic, very, very potent diuretic. And what it will do is it'll be just as effective as taking like Lasix, which is like a hardcore diuretic, so like milligram for milligram, just as effective. So you need to be really, really careful with that one, alright? So you don't want to have too much of it. A little bit, good. Too much, not so good, alright? I'm just go through some of the questions from the street community. If you want to ask anything, legends, get in now. Nick Carter asked just earlier today, does anyone know anything about the pulse stimulator things for helping sore muscles? So these are called TENS machines, where they actually put electrodes on certain areas of your body, and you use the electrode to then zap at your muscles and make them move. TENS machines are fucking wicked, okay? If you need to learn how to contract a muscle again, you need how to learn how to use it properly, turn muscles off, those sorts of things, okay? That's when it's really, really good for. Other than that, it's a little bit superfluous. I'd only use a TENS machine if you actually know what you're doing, or you've got a chiro, osteo, physio, someone like that who does. Ethan Hurst just said, hey James, I'm in and out of the gym in about 40 minutes. Is there such a thing as too short of a time? Should I increase rest between sets or add more volume? Ethan, I've always found that when I train for about an hour 15 to an hour and a half, that is when it's optimal, okay? It is repeatedly shown that if you want to gain more muscle, you want to have longer rest times, okay? That is repeatedly shown over and over and over again. Now, yes, there needs to be variation in that, so that's not the be-all and end-all, but as a general rule, if you're going in there for 40 minutes, okay, that means that the max you could do is about 16 sets at a rest time of 2 minutes or so. So I think you're going in there too short. Look to try and get in a minimum of about 20 sets in a workout, 20 like hardcore balls to the wall sets, that's it. and then resting 2 minutes in between each set, that's probably where you're going to get your best gains, to a degree. They'll get you your best gains for 4 weeks until you need to change it up again because your body's adapted, and which is why we change all of our clients' programs every single 4 weeks to make sure that instead of just going up and then plateauing, our clients go up, have a couple of days of plateau, and then up, a couple of days of plateau, up, and so on. So you just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's why we get freaky results. Okie dokie. Big Jolie Rossings asked today, hey all, thoughts on canned tuna? Would you class it as white meat? Canned tuna, guys, is not the best thing for you to be eating at all. Just the amount of mercury in it is really, really shit. Plus, add into it as well, it's in the can, so you're getting all the aluminium and bullshit and whatever else is in there too. So you don't really want to be going for tuna all the time. It's good when you're in a rush and you can't do much about it. You just need to get something in. Yes, great, it's convenient. Fuck yeah, really, really convenient. But other than that, you know, it's not worth having. Not worth having at all. Alright? Big Christy Nucifera has asked, is glucosamine good for joints as an anti-inflammatory? No, glucosamine is not an anti-inflammatory. Glucosamine will, however, help your joints because it increases the synthesis of cartilage and improves your joint integrity. It is not an anti-inflammatory, but yes, it will improve your joints. Guys, if you have bad joints, what I recommend you do is take some glucosamine, chondroitin sulfate, and some curcumin, okay? Those 3 things will be really good. You've got to get the dosages right for you, but they're really, really fucking wicked, okay? Paulie Curry just said, I'm taking 2 to 3, including 30 minutes of cardio. Paulie, what are you talking about? Chuck in a bit of context and I'll help you out there. Guys, once Paulie's got back to me as well, I'm going to jump off. So if you have any questions, ask them now. Otherwise, we'll then be ending this live sesh. I'm going to go eat more foods. If I haven't told you already, I'm crushing about 1,000. Well, I'm looking to crush 1,000 grams of carbs a day, every single day. Right? So yeah, that's going to be a really big challenge for me. Really, really big challenge. So, but I'll grow. I'm trying to put on between 5 and 10 kilos over the next few weeks. I've been growing slowly, and I'm fucking heaps bigger than what I was. But I'm getting leaner and leaner and leaner. And yeah, it's cool to get shredded. I enjoy having ab veins and stuff like that. And I enjoy being able to see all my quad separation, my hammy separation, all that sort of thing. But I kind of want to be big a bit more. So yeah. Paulie's saying I'm taking 2 to 3 hours to do my workout, including 30 minutes of cardio. Paulie, you should probably be going a little bit quicker than that. Your workout should be max about an hour 45 if you're doing it. But if you're warming up a long way, a long time as well, that can be the reason. So yeah, you should probably be going a little bit quicker. Try and cut down that rest time, the excessive rest time on top of what's already sorted. And yeah, we'll go from there. Cool? Alright, legends, well, thank you very much for coming. It was good to chat to you as always. I'm going to head off right now. If you have any questions, chuck them up in the Shred community. If you're not already in the Shred community, get in the Shred community, alright? Because you should be there, because you're missing out if you're not. It's a fucking wicked community. We have got 3,000, let me tell you how many people we've got in there. We have got 3,434 of the biggest legends in the world within that community, alright? Absolutely epic place to be. We talk about lifting all day, every single day. What more can you ask for than that, alright? So get in there if you're not already in and amongst it. On that note, I'm going to head off. Enjoy your night, guys. Good to see you as always. Take it easy.